Okay, this cellular phone, or the whip phone, WMT 5100, is connected. You can see the signal strength up here in the corner. Well, you can't, but it's there. There it is. And you can see that it's got the date and the name and the extension number 3301. So I'm just going to cycle through and show you where you would look at the settings. You would press menu. You'll come up with this phone book, and you press 8 or cycle down to system. The password is 4 zeros. And then you're going to go to a next page up here where it says 8. There's 7. There's 8. Network settings. And then press it, or press OK. And then you can start to see the settings here. For instance, network info. There's the IP address, 209.52.170.131. That is the IP address, the external IP address of the phone system server. That is the static IP address of the phone system server. You need to get that. The phone IP address, 192.168.120.31, is a DHCP assigned from the server here. That's what that's for. FON AP access point is disabled, and the mode is non-SIP. Let's go back and look at the system IP information. That is the system server address, 209.52.170.131, and that is the phone system static IP address. In this case, this happens to be the public IP address there, and also in network info where it shows it here. That's the public IP address of our server, and then we have a router that forwards some ports for this whip phone into the internal address of our phone system, which happens to be 192.168.120.250. That doesn't show up here because we want this whip to be able, this wireless phone, to be able to find the phone server that's inside our subnet from an external location. So that's why it was very important that we put on this external IP address and then forwarded the ports on our router to our phone system server that has an internal IP address. If you press 3, you'll see that it talks about system DHCP, and it also talks about static IP mode, and it also talks about standard DHCP. Standard DHCP is what you would normally choose, and then the router that has a DHCP server on it will assign an IP address to this phone from whatever LAN network you happen to be on. Once it gets an internal IP address, it will then go out and attempt to connect to the external address that we showed you just earlier. Once that all happens, your phone should connect like we described in the next video. SSID setting, auto or manual. This you shouldn't have to set up, but you can do auto, which will look for and scan all of the wireless access points in the area, and if you do manual, then you have to manually type it in. That is used if your wireless access point doesn't display its SSID. So generally you wouldn't use that. And that's a good rundown of the settings to register this phone to its server.